everything in this whiteboard, and if it will be fine, then from now onwards we are going to use this kind of teaching only. Yeah. So now today let's discuss about rotation transformation. So can anyone tell me what do you mean by rotation? Can you define rotation transformation?
सर जैसे कि अगर कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट है वो नॉर्थ की तरफ देख रहा हो और उसने अपना पोजीशन चेंज कर डाला साउथ की तरफ तो उसे रोटेशन कहते हैं।
See, correct. Your answer is right. In case of rotation also we are just going to move the object, but now the movement will be in circular manner. In case of translation, we were moving the object from one place to another place, but it was in a straight line path. But now if we move any object in circular manner, then it can be considered as rotation. So for example, let's say this is the circle, and if I am talking about any point which is here, if I apply certain angle, and let's say after rotation the new object is here, then here you can see your object is getting movement. Your object is getting movement, but this movement is in circular manner, and that is why it can be considered as rotation. So we can say in general, we can say rotation is applied to any object by repositioning the object in the circular manner, in the circular line path. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Yes sir.
Yeah. So for rotation, again we have two types. Let me just write both the types. We have two types of rotations which are available. First one is rotation with respect to origin, and the second one is rotation with respect to reference point. We have two types of rotation. First one is rotation with respect to origin, and the second one is rotation with respect to reference point. So in today's session we are going to cover the first one, which is rotation about origin, rotation with respect to origin. Fine, so far any doubt?
No, sir.
Yeah, so now can anyone tell me the way we are adding certain distances in the original point to get the translated object? If I want to rotate any object, what should I do? Let's say I am talking about single point, I am having coordinates of that point x and y, and now I want to rotate that point. What should I do? Anyone?
सर आपको मिड पॉइंट चाहिए होगा, से सर्कल है उसका।
No, it is not needed.
Sir, can you repeat the question once?
So my question is, the way we are adding certain distances tx and ty in the original coordinates to get the translated object. Now my question is, if I want to rotate the object, what should I do?
We have to change the x and y coordinate.
Yeah, that's fine. We need to change the x and y coordinates, but how can I change the coordinates?
सर दोनों को इक्वल चेंज देना पड़ेगा।
No, it is not needed because it is again not decided that how much rotation I need. It depends on the requirement. See, ultimately, my question is in case of translation, we are adding certain distances. So that was the answer. If I say that I want to translate any object, what should I do? Then you will say that you will have to add certain distances to the original coordinates x and y. Now I am asking that I want to rotate this point. Point is available. Now I want to rotate it. What should I do? It could be a simple answer, very simple. Don't think beyond the limit. See, you have original point somewhere here, and you want the rotated object. What will you do?
सर XY में चेंजेस आएंगे दोनों
You will get the change in x and y. That is correct, because the movement is there. Point is moved in circular manner. So surely both the values will get changed. But how can I get the change in both the values? This is what I am asking.
डिग्री लेके शायद
Correct. You need to apply certain angle. That is what I want. See, in the original coordinates, you need to apply certain angle. And once you will apply the angle, then you may get rotated object. So here if I say that my original point is there, and I am applying 45 angle. So after applying 45 angle, whatever new position I am getting, that is the rotated object. Are you getting me?
सर रिपीट करो एक बार.
See, if I have original point, right? Let's say I am talking about this point only. So this is my original point. Now what I am saying, if I apply certain angle, if I apply certain angle to the original position, then I am saying that I will get the rotated object. So for example, here if I am talking about this point, and if I am applying either 45 or 60 or 90 angle, then after applying the angle, I should get the new coordinate. And let's say this is the new coordinate, this one. So that is the rotated object. So you can apply rotation for any object. So how we can apply it, how we can find the new coordinates, and that we are going to discuss in today's session. But ultimately the thing is,
Okay,
to rotate an object, you need to apply certain angle. This is what you need to conclude from this. To rotate any object, you need to apply certain angle. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now if I talk about any point, let's say I'm talking about any single point where the coordinates are x and y, and if I'm applying certain angle, let's say that angle is theta, then surely after applying the angle, I'll get the new coordinates like x dash and y dash. So in today's session, I'll try to derive the equations using which you can rotate an object. In last session, we have derived the equations for translation, like x dash is equal to x plus px and y dash is equal to y plus ty. So in today's session, similarly, we will try to derive the equations for rotation, so that by using those equations, you can rotate either a single point or even any object. But you need to use those equations, and for that we need to derive it. So today we are going to discuss that, how to derive the equations for rotation. Fine, should I start?
yes.
Yes, sir.
Great. So now you need to carefully understand whatever I am speaking, because the diagram which I am going to draw, it is very crucial for deriving the equations. Whatever figure I draw here, you need to look at that figure carefully. You need to understand it carefully, because based on that diagram only we are going to derive the two equations for rotation. So you can stop me if you are not getting anything. I'll explain each and everything in detail, so don't worry. So now let me just draw the diagram. See now, let's say we are talking about rotation with respect to origin. So in the mathematical geometry, we can start discussing from origin. So let's say this is my x, this is y, and this is the origin 0, 0. 4, 0, 0. That is the origin, because we are discussing rotation about origin. That's why we will have to start from the origin only. So here you can say you are talking about the first quadrant of your mathematical geometry. In your maths, you have 4 quadrants like this. First quadrant, second, third, and fourth. So here we are talking about the first quadrant. Now what we will do? We will try to rotate only a single point. Let's say I am talking about point P, which is here, and the coordinates of this point is x and y. I am trying to rotate a single point which is P, where the coordinates are x and y. Now let's say the radius is r. Because as we have discussed, rotation is applied in circular manner only, so it must be a boundary of circle, and for any point of circle we must have radius. So let us talk about radius, that in this case the radius is r. So far, any doubt?
No, sir.
Yeah. So in this example, or in this case, we are going to rotate point P. As I said, to rotate any point or to rotate any object, we need to apply certain angle. So let's say to rotate this point P, I am applying theta angle. So let me just apply the angle. After applying the angle, let's say I am getting the new point, which is the rotated point. Let us assume that that rotated point is P dash, and the new coordinates are x dash and y dash, and the rotation angle is theta. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So we are trying to rotate this point P. Original points are x and y. Now to rotate this object, we need to apply the angle. So I am applying theta angle, this one. Once I apply the theta angle, and let us assume that I will get the new point at this location, which is P dash, and the new coordinates are x dash and y dash. Radius will be same for both the cases. So radius is r for that point also. Now what we will do? We will try to find the values of x and y, then we will find the values of x dash and y dash. Once I find x dash and y dash, I can say that these are the equations which I am looking for, because ultimately the way we have derived the equations for translation, x dash is x plus tx and y dash is y plus ty. Similarly, in case of rotation also, we are trying to find the equations for x dash and y dash only. But to derive x dash and y dash, you need to have values of x and y also. So that I am going to explain how to find the values and how we can derive the equation. Now, to derive the equations, what you can say, once you have this figure ready, you can extend the lines and you can form the right angle triangle. So what I am doing, let us say let me go with 5 instead of alpha. Let's talk about 5. Here I have given one more angle, which is 5, which is the angle between the original point and horizontal surface. This is my horizontal surface, this is the original point, and angle between horizontal surface and my point is 5. Now what I am doing, I am trying to extend the line from P. If I draw the vertical line like this. Why I am doing this? Because I want to form the triangle, and based on the right angle triangle, I can apply certain theorems to find the values of x and y. That is why I have extended that line and I have formed the right angle triangle. If I give any name here, let's say letter A. Now you can see triangle PAO. Triangle PAO, it is the right angle triangle. Yes or no?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, correct. So now, can anyone tell me what could be the value at point A? I have xy at P, I have 0, 0 at O. What could be the value at point A? Anyone? Based on your understanding, so far we have discussed many things regarding pixels. So now you should be able to give the answer that this could be the value at point A.
The x and 0.
Okay, someone is saying x and 0. What about others?
सर सेम आएगा x and 0.
Okay, that is also saying same. What about others?
Sir, x and 0.
Correct. So all of you are right. The point at this point will be x 0. Why? Because if you start moving from this point, here I am at 0, 0. If I move towards the horizontal direction, there will be change in x only. So y for both will be same, 0, 0. Similarly, if I start moving from this point, if I am moving vertical direction, then whenever I move in vertical direction, there will be change in y only. So you can say change in y. X is common for both the points. So I have got the point which is x0. Similarly, if I apply, okay, that we will do later on. As of now, for this triangle PAO, I am having coordinates of all 3 points. Now one more thing, I want to find the length of each side. So I can say length of OP is R. Yes or no? Length of one side which is OP, which is the hypotenuse, that is R. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So can anyone tell me what could be the length of the next side which is PA? What could be the length of this side? Anyone? What could be the length of PA?
R dash.
How it is R dash?
नहीं आएगा सर.
See, let me give one more example if you are not able to figure it out. Let's say I'm talking about this point, which is 5, 5 and 10, 10. Can anyone tell me what is the length of this line? Whatever line I have drawn, what is the length?
क्या पूछा सर आप?
Whatever line I have drawn here, the line from 5, 5 to 10, 10, I want length of this line. What is the length of this line?
5
Who is saying 5?
Rusi.
Lucy, okay. Can you explain me how it is 5?
सर क्योंकि x बढ़ेगा तो उसके हिसाब से
Okay.
y बढ़ेगा, सॉरी y बढ़ेगा उसके हिसाब से.
Okay. Any other answer? Lucy is saying length of this line is 5. Any other answer? See, first of all, whatever line I have drawn, what do you think? Is it a correct line?
No sir.
Is it a
No,
correct-
sir. No, sir.
What is wrong in that?
10 10 सीधा नीचे नहीं आ सकता.
Correct.
Right
So
now.
this is what you need to figure out. See, knowingly I have given the wrong pixel just to make sure that whether you are aware or not. It seems that your focus is not there. And carefully you need to understand everything. That is why knowingly I have put the wrong pixel. If I give 5, 5 and 10, 10, then I can never get the vertical line. I can never get the straight line. I will always get the inclined line. But in this case, if I want to go with vertical line, then x value should be same. So instead of 10, it must be 5. Now this is the
Oh,
correct.
तो सर
Yes.
मतलब A और B के बीच में जो P का Y है वो होगा उसका डिस्टेंस.
Correct. So this is what I am going to explain. That if I talk about vertical line, in vertical line for both the points, x values are same. So whatever difference is there in y values, that could be the length of the entire line. So here in this case you can see x values for both the points are 5, but y values are different. So whatever difference is there, that is the length of the line. So difference is 5, 10 minus 5. So you can say that length of this line is 5xl. Is it fine? Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
And same case you can do for horizontal line. So let's say if I talk about a horizontal line, let's say this is 5 5 and the next point is 10 5. So what you can say? For both the points, y values are same, but there is a change in x value. There is a difference in x value. Whatever difference is there, that could be the length of the line. So if I talk about difference of x, then it is 5. So I can say length of the horizontal line is also 5. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now based on your understanding, can you tell me what is the length of line PA?
Y, sir. P का point Y.
Sorry, what is the distance?
Y.
Y, correct.
Y.
Yes, correct. The length is y. Now I will not say y length is y. Fine. But now you got the answer. Because for both the points, x values are same, so you can take the difference of y. And if I take the difference of y, then it is y minus 0. So answer is y. Similarly, if I want to find the length of OA, can you tell me what is the length of line OA?
X.
Correct.
X.
Correct. Length of OA is x because y values are same. So let's take the difference. Difference in x, which is x minus 0. So it is x. So far, any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, great. So now what I'll do, I'll take the right angle triangle and by using a few mathematical properties, I can derive something. So now if I consider the triangle which is triangle PAO, let me just write here. In triangle PAO, now see we have triangle PAO, and now if I want to find the values of x and y, do you know the trigonometric formulas of sine and cos? Have you ever come across the trigonometric formulas? In your 10th standard, you might have studied that.
Yes,
So
sir.
Yes, sir.
let's say for this triangle OPA, if I am applying trigonometric formulas from this angle, from phi angle, then if I want to find the value of sin phi and cos phi, can you help me? How can I find it?
The sine is equal to hypotenuse upon base. Sorry, base upon hypotenuse.
Correct.
I
You have slightly changed, but still it's fine. I'll explain it. What about cos?
the cos will be perpendicular upon hypotenuse.
Adjacent upon hypotenuse.
Correct. Adjacent upon hypotenuse. See, if I talk about sine and cos for this triangle, if I go with sin phi, then the equation for sin phi is, you need to remember this equation because it is very important. In your 10th standard, you might have completed it. If I talk about sin phi, then the equation is opposite upon hypotenuse. So from this angle, what is the opposite side?
PA.
PA, correct. What is the hypotenuse?
OP.
OP, correct. So if I derive it, sin phi is equal to, now I am having length of PA, which is
Y.
PA is y, correct. What is OP?
R.
R.
Correct. So now from this, if I want to find the value of y, then I can say y is equal to r sin phi. This is what I have derived. Y is equal to r sin phi. Clear? Any doubt so far?
No, sir.
Great. Same thing you can do for cos. Just apply the formula for cos for the same triangle. So if I go with cos phi, What is the formula for cos phi?
Adjacent upon hypo.
Correct. Cos phi is adjacent upon hypotenuse. Yeah, so cos phi is equal to adjacent upon hypotenuse. So if I write the adjacent side, then can you tell me which one is the adjacent for cos phi?
UA.
Actually, it's O.
OA.
Correct. OA upon
OA open OP. OP.
OA upon OP. Correct. Yeah, I have turned off the
OP
fan
dash.
because- Sorry.
No, nothing.
Yeah. Yeah. So now let's put the values. I have turned off my fan
X
just
upon
because
R.
my voice is audible to you. So it is too hot. Yeah. So what is OA?
X upon R.
Correct. X upon R. So if I find the value of X, then X will be R cos phi. So we have derived the equations for X and Y. X is equal to R cos phi and Y is equal to R sin phi. This is what we are going to use while deriving the equations for X dash and Y dash. We are at the up stage. We have derived the equations of X and Y. Now similarly, we will have to derive the equations for X dash and Y dash. So far, if you have any doubt, tell me. Otherwise, let us start deriving the equations for X dash and Y dash. So far, any doubt?
No doubt, sir.
Okay, great. Yeah, if you want to capture it, you can. Otherwise, I am going to remove it. Yeah, so let's write both the equations here so that as and when needed, we can use it. X is equal to R cos phi and Y is equal to R sin phi. We are going to use both the equations in the next phase. Now let me remove this. So whatever things we have done for the smaller triangle, same thing we can do for the bigger triangle. So what I will do, I will extend this line from P dash. Let's say this point is A dash. Can you tell me what could be the value at point A dash? What is the value? Yes, anyone?
X dash 0. X dash
X
0.
is 0. Yeah, then sir.
Correct. From here we are moving in vertical direction. So there will be change in Y only. X will be same. So X dash and X dash both are same. Similarly, from this origin we are moving in horizontal direction. So you can see here whenever we move to the horizontal direction, the change will be there in X only. Y is same. Y is 0. So from both the concept we can derive the values which is X dash 0. Yeah. So now again let's find the length of this line P dash A dash. What will be the length of
Y
P dash
dash.
A dash? Correct.
Y
Y
dash.
dash. Correct.
Y dash.
Similarly, what about this?
X dash.
Correct. X dash. And now we have a bigger triangle. Triangle P dash A dash O dash. Let's say I am talking about triangle P dash O dash A dash. P dash A dash O dash. So now the angle would be combined angle. You can see here. I am talking about this angle. What could be the value of this angle?
You have to plus the both angle.
Correct. You need to add both the angles because now you are talking about the bigger triangle. So where the angle is theta plus phi. So you can say that this angle is theta plus phi. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now do the same thing. Apply the trigonometric formulas of sine and cos for the bigger triangle which is P dash, A dash, O dash. Let me start with the cos formula, and let's talk about the combined angle cos theta plus phi. What is the formula for cos?
Adjacent upon
Correct.
hypotenuse.
Adjacent upon hypotenuse. Those who have studied in Gujarati medium, for them adjacent means the nearer side. If I am talking about this angle, then whatever side is nearer other than hypotenuse, this is called hypotenuse, and this is the nearer side, which is known as adjacent. Hypotenuse को क्या बोलते हैं आप गुजराती में? I just forgot that.
પાસેની બાજુ.
No, hypotenuse. Hypotenuse means what?
કર્ણ સર.
Correct. Yes, Karna.
Karna.
Yeah. In Gujarati, this is Karna. I'm not talking about that Danvir Karna who was there in Mahabharata, but this is the different Karna. Fine? Yeah. So now let's apply the trigonometric formula for cos, which is adjacent upon hypotenuse, O dash A dash upon. It is not O dash, it is O only. Sorry. O A dash upon O P dash. Yeah. So what is OA dash? What is the value?
X dash upon R.
Correct. X dash upon R. If I try to find the value of X dash, then what I can do? X dash is equal to, here R is in the division form. If I move R to the left side of equal to, then it can be in the multiplication form. So it will be R into cos theta plus phi. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now can you expand cos theta plus phi? If you remember, in your 10th standard you were going through those equations, cos alpha plus beta, sin alpha plus beta, if you remember. Yes or no? Can anyone help me to write the equation for sin alpha plus beta? No one is there?
Cos plus 1 something. कोई याद नहीं.
No, I need to expand this. I think you didn't remember it. Let me just write it. See, if I get the form like this, sin alpha plus beta, then I can write the, yes,
Sin alpha plus sin beta बोल रहे हो सर आप?
yes, sin alpha plus beta, correct.
सर ये तो प्रोडक्ट हो गया ना देखा जाए तो.
क्या हो गया?
प्रोडक्ट समथिंग लाइक अ प्रोडक्ट एंड सम कॉन्सेप्ट
Yes,
आया
yes.
था.
So, yeah, so this is what I'm asking. You need to expand this. So it will be converted into the product only. Product
Sir.
of sin and cos.
Sin A cos B plus cos A.
Correct. Sin alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sin beta. This is the equation for this. Sin alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sin beta. If I want to expand this equation, sin alpha plus beta, then this is how I can expand it. This is an equation for that, which you can remember. If I expand this, then it becomes sin alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sin beta. Similarly, for cos also you need to remember the equation. If I talk about cos alpha plus beta, do you have any idea about this? Cos alpha plus beta.
Cos alpha sin beta ऐसा कुछ होता है.
सर पल्स उन्हें ऐड करो ना.
Cos alpha cos beta minus
Plus
sin
minus
alpha.
sin alpha cos beta.
See, by knowingly, I am not adding the unknown people because many people are trying the different names. So whosoever is doing trying to access this meeting using guest account, I am not allowing them. Ask them if they want to join the meeting. They need to use the proper credentials. Yeah. So, are you able to remember this? Sin alpha plus beta is sin alpha cos beta plus cos alpha sin beta. Cos alpha plus beta is cos alpha cos beta minus sin alpha sin beta. To remember this, what you can say? Whenever you are talking about cos, then same thing will be applied to both the cases, cos alpha, cos beta, and sign will be changed. Plus will be changed as minus, and then you can reverse it, sin alpha, sin beta. And here there will be no change in sign, but change will be there in trigonometric function. Fine. So now based on these equations, can you apply both the equations for this case, cos theta plus phi? Can anyone help me?
Cos theta, cos beta,
Correct.
minus.
So now if I write, then it will be x dash is equal to r into same equation, cos alpha
Cos.
plus theta, cos theta plus phi. Alpha will be replaced with theta and beta will be replaced with phi. So I can write cos theta cos phi minus
Minus sin theta sin phi.
sin theta sin phi. Correct.
Phi.
Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now you have r in the form of multiplication. Just multiply r inside this bracket, so it will be r cos theta cos phi
Minus r
minus
sin theta r phi.
r sin theta sin phi. Correct. Now you can use these equations. Whenever it is r cos phi, you can replace it with x. Whenever there is r sin phi, you can replace it with y. So we have r into cos phi, that can be replaced with x. So what I can write here, x dash is equal to r into cos phi, that is x. So here I am writing x and this is cos theta. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
R and cos phi is replaced by x. This is what we have already derived. So I can replace it with x, and the remaining is cos theta. So that I have written here. Similarly, minus r into sin phi. R into sin phi, it can be replaced with y. So I can write y. The remaining is sin theta. This is the equation for x dash. This is the final equation for x dash. X dash is equal to x cos theta minus y sin theta. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any doubts so far?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, great. Same thing you can do for trigonometric formula sine to find the values of y dash. So what we will do? Now instead of this, let me apply the sine formula. Sine theta plus phi. What is the equation for sine theta plus phi?
Opposite upon hypotenuse.
Opposite upon hypotenuse. Opposite is a dash p dash upon hypotenuse is o p dash. I can write p dash a dash upon o p dash. Furthermore, if I place the value of both the sides, then p dash a dash is y dash. Yes or no?
Yes.
So it is y dash. What about OP dash?
R.
Correct, it is R. If I find the value of y dash, then R will be in the multiplication form, so R into sin theta plus phi. Now based on this formula, can you expand sin theta plus phi?
Sin theta cos phi, cos theta sin phi.
Correct. Sin theta cos phi plus cos theta sin phi. Are you getting this so far?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, just multiply R inside both the terms. Y dash is equal to R sin theta cos phi plus R cos theta sin phi. And put the values. Y dash is equal to, whenever it is R cos phi, I can replace it with x. So r cos phi becomes x. This is sin theta plus r sin phi will be replaced with
Y.
y. Correct. It is y. Remaining is cos theta.
Cos theta.
This is the final equation for y dash. Y dash is equal to x sin theta plus y cos theta, and that's it. We have derived both the equations of rotation. X dash is equal to x cos theta minus y sin theta, and y dash is equal to x sin theta plus y cos theta. So the meaning of this is, once I have the original value, which is x and y, and if I have the value of angle, rotation factor, which is theta, then I can derive the new values. I can find the new coordinates, x dash and y dash. And in the example, I am going to explain you how you can do it. But you need to note it down about the equations of x dash and y dash. These are the very important equations for you. Whenever you want to rotate any object, you can apply both the equations for a single point. Any doubts so far?
No,
No,
no.
sir.
Okay, so now let me write both the equations here and let me remove everything. So whatever equations we have derived, the equations are x dash is equal to x cos theta minus y sin theta, and y dash is equal to x sin theta plus y cos theta, where x and y is the values of original point. X and y are the original coordinates. X dash and y dash are the new coordinates, and theta is the rotation factor. Fine. And in general, if I want to write the general equation, then I can write, or before I write the general equation, can you help me to convert both the equations in the matrix form, the way we have done for translation transformation? Can anyone help me to convert both the equations in matrix form?
सर सिर्फ इनटू करना होगा ना cos थीटा और sin थीटा में बीच में माइनस है.
So, according to you, if I do like this, x dash y dash is equal to x y into what to write here? Do you know matrix? Do you know matrix multiplication?
सर भूल गया.
Okay, in your first year you might have seen this, but let me explain it again. Let me give one very simple example. Let's say I want to multiply 3, 4 and 4, 5. Can anyone help me to multiply both the matrices which I have written out here?
हाँ सर वो क्रॉस में करते हैं ना.
Yeah, so how can I multiply both the matrices, whatever matrices I have written here?
16 upon 15.
16 upon
15.
how? Can you explain me how you have got this answer?
Sir, cross multiplication.
So you are saying that 4 into 4, 16, 3 into 5, 15, something like that?
Yes, sir.
No, then you don't know how to multiply various matrices. You might have forgot that. Let me give one more example to give you little bit hint.
सर 12 upon 20 आएगा साइड टू
No,
साइड
it's not.
मल्टीप्लिकेशन.
No, it was wrong. Let me give one more example. Can you multiply these matrices? Do you know how to multiply both the matrices? Whatever matrices I have written here.
सर क्रॉस में था तो 2, 12, 9 और 16 आएगा.
I think you might have forgot that. Let me revise the entire thing. See, I have never taught the mathematics subject, but still I'll try.
Sir.
See, while multiplying the matrices,
सर
yes,
सर पहले में 26/8 आएगा इंटू
no,
सर
yes.
पहले आएगा 3 into 1, बाद में आएगा 3 into 2, फिर 3 into 3 and 3 into 4.
Let me explain. You see, while multiplying any two matrices, you can multiply it like this: first row with first column. You can start with first row and first column. Multiply each individual index. Multiply each individual index. What you can do? You need to multiply this 3 with 1. So 3 into 1 plus 4 into 3. Again I am repeating. Start with row and column. First row with first column. What you need to do? Multiply each digit, and after multiplying, add everything. So 3 into 1 plus 4 into 3 to get the first element. So I have got the first element. Now to get the second element, what you can do? Again you can go with first row with second column. So 3 into 2 plus 4 into 4. Now to get the first element of second row, you can use second row and first column. 2 into 1 plus 6 into 3. For next element, second row with second column. So 2 into 2 plus 6 into 4. So finally you will get the answer: 3 into 1 plus 4 into 3, 12 plus 3, which is 15, 6 plus 16, 22, 18 plus 2, which is 20, and 24 plus 4, which is 28. This is the multiplication of both the matrices. Are you getting this?
Yes sir.
See, this is what you can remember if you want to find the first element. This is the first element of your matrix. Identify which row it is and which column it is. This is the first row and first column. So you can use first row with first column. Similarly, if you talk about this element, identify the row and column. I am inside the first row but in second column. So use first row and second column. If I talk about this element, then this is the second row and first column. If it is second row, from first matrix select the second row, and from second matrix select the first column. This is second row, second column. Select the second row and second column. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So now I'll give one more example. Just try to help me to multiply both the matrices, because I want to confirm whether you have got it or not. Now let's say I use the matrices like this: 4 into 3 into 2, 6, 1, 3. Can you help me?
Sir, first row, first column, 4.
4 into 1 plus 3 into 2
plus
plus 2
three.
into 1. Correct?
Yes sir.
Yeah. So 4 into 1, 4, 3 into 2, 6, 6 plus 4, 10, 2 into 1, 2, 10 plus 2, 12. Is it fine?
Yes.
Yes.
Similarly for second element, 4 into 2, 8 plus 3 plus 2.
13.
Which is 13.
13. 13, sir.
13 आएगा सर.
4 into 2, which is 8.
8,
8 plus 3
11 and 2,
11,
13.
and 11 plus 2.
12, 13.
13 ही तो है वहाँ पे, 14 मैंने लिखा ही नहीं. Yeah.
Sorry, sir.
What is the last element?
Sir, 4 into 3.
4 into 3,
20.
12 plus 6, 18 plus 4, 22. Agree?
तो 20 नहीं आएगा सर.
4 into 3,
8
12
plus 6 plus 4, 20.
18 plus 4.
18 आएगा सर.
8.
ના સર બરોબર જ છે.
20 सर. 20.
बराबर ही है.
See, 4 into 3, 12.
सर बराबर.
सर बराबर है, बराबर.
6 plus 2
बराबर
into
છે સર.
See, I know little bit maths. Every time I cannot do mistake. थोड़ा मैंने मैथ्स पढ़ाया जब मैं छोटा था. So it's fine 22. What about this element? Second.
Second row, first column.
Yeah. So 6 into 1, 6 plus 2, 8 plus 3, 11. Fine.
11.
For here, 6 into 2, 12 plus 1, 13 plus
16.
3. 18 plus 2, 20 plus 6, 26.
26.
Any doubt so far?
No sir.
No sir.
No, sir.
Let me go with the last one. Can you help me to multiply this? 4, 2, 3, 3, 4, 6. Just a minute, I did a mistake. Let me remove this. Let's say I'm talking about 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. 1, 2. 3, 2, 2, 4. Can you help me to multiply both the matrices?
First row, first column.
Yeah, so tell me what could be the answer?
Nine.
How it is 9?
Sir, 1 into 3, 3 and 3 into 2.
How
No,
three
sir,
into-
sorry.
Yeah, so what could be the first element?
સર આ લગભગ મલ્ટીપ્લાય જ ન થાય ને, જેટલી રો હોય એટલી કોલમ હોવી જોઈએ.
Very good. See, this is what you need to remember. Never start giving the solution straight away. First, you need to consider all the scenarios. The condition for multiplying two or more matrices is there must be number of columns in first matrix and number of rows in the second matrix. Both must be equal. Again, I am repeating. Number of columns in the first matrix must be equal to number of rows in the second matrix. Here number of columns are 3, but here number of rows are 2 only. If I add one more one here, 1, 1, now it is fine. Number of columns are 3, number of rows are 3. I can do it. 1 into 3, 3 plus 4, 7 plus 1, 8. To find this element, 1 into 2, 2 plus 8, 10 plus 1, 11. To find the next element, 3 into 3, 9 plus 8, 17 plus 2, 19. And 3 into 2, 6 plus 16, 22 plus 2, 24. This is the answer. Is it fine? Any doubts so far?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah, so this is what you need to remember. While multiplying two or more matrices, always make sure that number of columns in the first matrix and number of rows in the second matrix are equal. Then and only then matrix multiplication is possible. Otherwise, it is not possible. So now you know how to multiply the matrices. So based on your understanding, can you convert both the mentioned equations in the matrix form? Yes? Can anyone help me to convert both the equations in the matrix form so that when I multiply the matrices, I should get the same equations again? Anyone? No idea?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay, fine. See, while converting any equations into matrix form, you can simply do the stuff like this. You have new coordinates, x dash, y dash. How you will get it? By doing something. What I'll do? The original point is xy. Original point is xy. I'll do certain multiplication. Whatever I will write here, I will get the new value x dash and y dash. Now can you put something so that you will get these equations when you multiply both the matrices? Anyone?
Cos theta
Cos theta.
और माइनस साइन थीटा साइड में है,
Very good.
नीचे साइन थीटा और cos थीटा.
Correct. This is perfect. See, now if you will multiply both the matrices, you will get the same equations again. To find x dash, what you can do, x dash is equal to cos theta into x, which is x cos theta, minus plus minus sin theta into y, y sin theta. Similarly, sin theta into x, x sin theta, plus cos theta into y, so y cos theta. So you are getting the same equations again. So this is the matrix form for the rotation transformation. Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, great. Now, if I convert this matrix form into general equation, what I can do, this is P dash equal to, this is P into, this is R. In case of translation, it was P dash is equal to P plus T. P was the original point, P dash was the new point, T was the translation matrix. At that time, we were adding certain distances, so it was plus. Now here, P dash is equal to P into R. P is the original point, P dash is the new point, R is the rotation matrix. R is the rotation matrix where I am applying theta angle. To remember this, you can write theta also. That I am applying theta angle, R of theta. Are you getting this matrix form?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and can you tell me what about rotation? Is it a rigid body transformation? Is it a rigid body transformation?
No, sir.
No.
Yes. Can I say that rotation is a rigid body transformation? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, why? Because in case of rotation also we are just changing the position. We are just moving the object in circular manner. Otherwise, there is no change in size and shape of an object, and that is why rotation can also be considered as rigid body transformation. Is it fine? Any doubt so far?
No, sir.
Yeah, so now let me just give one example so that now I'll take only 5 to 10 minutes so that I can connect you with the real example, and you can also connect both the equations for finding the new value. Now you know these are the equations. Now what we will do? Now let's say I'm talking about any point which is, you tell me whatever point you will tell me, I'll try to rotate that point. Whatever point and angle you will give me, accordingly I will find the new value. Yeah, so anyone can give me values for any single point. I need x and y coordinates. Tell me. No one is
Sir,
ready?
x50, y100.
X50 and y100. Okay. Let us try to rotate a line. Instead of point, let's try to rotate a line. So for line, this is the first point. What about second point?
The 150 and 200.
Okay, 150 and 200. So I'm talking about this line where the endpoints are A and B, where the values are 50, 100 and 150, 200. Now tell me what kind of angle I need to give.
The 45 degree.
सर को थोड़ा नीचे नहीं बनाना चाहिए तो सर
Yes,
45 degrees, sir, angle.
45.
Yes,
45?
sir.
Yeah. But again, while explaining the first example, I'll go with 90 because once I go with sin 45 and cos 45, the answer would be 1 upon root 2. So you will have to find the values of root 2, then you will have to divide it. So it will be a little bit lengthy process that I am going to give you as a part of homework. As of now, I am going with angle 90 just to make the process simple. If you are not able to find the values of 45, then I'll do it, I'll help you. As of now, I am going with 90. Is it fine for you?
ओके सर
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So let's say theta angle is 90. Guys, one minute only. Yes, so now I'm back. Either them, yeah, either them. These are the points of line, and the angle is 90. Now, to rotate this line, what we can do, we can apply both the equations for both the points. These are the equations for a single point. Are you getting me?
क्या
Yes or
सर
no? Whatever equations we have derived, these equations are for a single point only, for x and y only. So if I want to rotate the entire line, then I will have to apply both the equations for both the points. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
दोनों पॉइंट के लिए हमें इक्वेशन अप्लाई करने पड़ेंगे and based on that only we will get the two new coordinates. So let's try to go for the point number 1, which is for, let's say, for point A, where the values are 50, 100. So this is x and this is y for me, and theta is 90. Now try to find the values of x dash and y dash. Let's use the equation x dash is equal to x. What is x?
50x.
50.
Correct. 50 into cos 90. 50 into cos 90. Are you getting this? No. 50 into cos 90. Correct. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Minus y is 100. 100 into sin 90. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Just find the value. 50 into. Can anyone tell me what is the value of cos 90?
0.
Very good. Cos 90 is 0. If you don't know, you need to remember it. In your standard 10, you were going through that table, if you remember. Sin, cos, tan, cot, cosec, sec, and the values were ranging from 0 to 30, 45, 60, 90. Once you will refer it, you will find cos 90 is 0. I am not going to explain it again to save the time. But still, if you have any doubt, tell me during my free time. I can explain the entire table. You don't need to even remember it. Automatically, you will be able to find the values. There is a trick, and you might have come across that trick. So I am not going in detail. Minus 100 into sin 90. What is
100.
sin?
111.
Sin 90 is 1. Is it fine?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Just find the value. 50 into 0, 0 minus 100. What is the answer?
Minus 100.
Minus 100. So I have got x dash, which is minus 100. Same thing you can do for y dash. Y dash is equal to x sin theta. What is x? 50.
Answer will be 50, sir.
Very good. 50 into sin theta. So 50 into sin 90 plus y is 100. So 100 into cos 90. 100 into cos 90. Now this board is going to move. So what is the value y dash? 50 into sin 90, which is 50 plus 0. So answer is 50. So for the point 50, 100, I have got new points minus 150. For this point, I have got minus 150. These are the new coordinates after rotation. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Same
Yes,
thing.
sir.
Same thing you can do for the second point. Let's do it.
So minus
For second
200
point.
and minus 150.
Okay. Very good. For second point, this is x, this is y. Apply the formulas. X dash is equal to x cos theta. X is 150. 150 into cos 90, which is 0, minus y sin theta. Y is 200. 200 into sin 90, which is 1.
One.
That is 1 directly.
Minus 50 answer.
Very good. 150 into 0. Not minus 50, but it will be minus 200. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Minus 200.
150 into 0 becomes 0. Minus 200 into 1, which is 200. So it will be minus 200. Same
And
thing for
150
y.
y.
For y
150
dash.
answer.
Very good. For y dash, x is 150. Sin 90 is 1. Plus y is 200. And cos 90
Zero.
is 0. The answer is 150. So for this point 150, 200, I have got the new point, which is minus 200 and 150. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Agree?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now let us try to put both the points in the graph to observe the changes and to check whether we are able to get the rotated line or not. Yeah. So let me draw the graph here. Let's start from 0. And here the values are bigger, so let me just go with this scaling. Let's say this point is 50, and this is 100, this is 150. Similarly, here it is minus 50, this is minus 100, this is minus 200, here it is 50, 100, 150, minus 50, minus 100, minus 150. Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now first let me put the original points. The original point A is 50, 100. 50 in X, 100 in Y. So I'll get this point here. This is my A. Second point 150, 200. 150 in X, 200 in Y. So it will be above here. So it will be somewhere around here. So I'll get this kind of line. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Let's put the new point. What was the new value? I just removed it.
So minus 150.
What was it?
A
Minus
new point is minus 150, sir.
minus.
Minus 150.
Okay, let me just check it. This was 0 and Y was 100, so 101. Yeah, minus 100 and sin 90 is 1 and
50, sir.
correct. Minus 150. So let's put both the values. Minus 100 in X it is minus 100 and in Y it is 50. So point will be here. This is LS. Here this is B. And for B dash we have got minus 200, 150. Minus 200 is here and 150 is somewhere around here. So I'll get this kind of line. And if you can observe that in between both the lines, the angle is 90. If you cannot observe it, you can extend it. If I extend this line and if I extend this line, then the angle would be 90. Yes or no? Are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So so now in this case you can see your line is rotated at an angle of 90. But as of now, while rotating this line, you can observe the movement also. Your line is getting moved from this place to the another quadrant. So this is also not ideal. What if I want to rotate the line like this only, here only, or let's say here only? That can also be done. In that case, you need to go with the second type of rotation, which we are going to discuss in the next session, which is rotation with respect to reference point. As of now, we are going with rotation about origin, rotation with respect to origin. So according to original position, according to origin 0, 0, it will try to rotate the values, and that is why from first quadrant you are getting the rotated line in the second quadrant. So this is how you can rotate any object. Here I have given the example of line. Same thing you can do for triangle, rectangle, or any kind of polygon. You can do it. Let me know if you have any doubts so far.
No, sir.
Is it fine? All of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now we have completed the second transformation, which is rotation, and in that case we have completed only first type, which is rotation with respect to origin. Tomorrow we are going to discuss the next type, which is rotation about reference point. Fine?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So just try to do it by your own, and I'll upload one Canvas activity also where you will have to find the rotated object for the mentioned object. Whatever object